Crims, you haven't actually provided anything.
But
You've been waffling for 3 minutes.
We'll go back to this later.
And at the end of it, there's nothing on the plate, Dan.
There's always
There's
something
gravy,
on,
but there's no potatoes.
The potatoes will be back.
Right, so we're going to have Virtus Pro starting on the T side after losing the knife round, excuse me. This is the pistol. We'll see what strategies they have prepared. Normally, you'll see one player over towards the monster area. Fnatic pushing short, however, short B. So you could say there are 2 shorts on the map, short A and short B. However, the train going to come in from Virtus Pro. Still no kills for the Polish side. Krim surviving on 1 HP here. Only Pasha to try and do some damage. Only Flusher will go down, so...
Yes, Fnatic going for a 4-man push onto the B site. Probably going for the retake if Virtus Pro were to go to the A site, and if you walk into the stack with 4 people, you're obviously going to lose the round, so kind of unlucky there for Virtus.
Well, we have the force up here from Virtus Pro, so we'll have to see what they can scrap together with this. They got a couple of smokes, a couple of flashes as well, and Fnatic, they have all the SMGs and so on to play with. So usually you would expect something of a B play in a spot like this, and that's exactly what Virtus Pro are going to do. So the smoke is tossed in there by Fnatic, but it's not going to deter Virtus Pro. We're going in pretty hard and heavy right now with the pistols, and it's working out a treat here. The CZ of Bialy able to pick up a double, and they will get the bomb planted.
Yeah, the plant's the most important thing at this moment in time. Now it's a case of can they win the round. That smoke is going to be a massive problem for Crims, although he'll find himself a Bialy jumping over the top of it. Fnatic will just about kill most of the players here. Only Pasha remaining. The defuse is coming in, and Pasha, I don't think he's got an angle to stop this. It is a 10-second defuse over. It's taken down Crims, and now it's just down to him to force the issue here. He knows that the last player isn't on the bomb. 5 HP versus a P90. You are never going to win that situation.
So unlucky that JW didn't have a defuse kit.
But Pasha waited for so long there.
Yeah, he must have guessed.
Yeah,
he might actually have got the information from a teammate from the death cam or something.
Oh yeah,
That's actually a possibility.
But that was awesome because if he went out prematurely, he's going to get killed by the guy in the back. So it's that was perfect. That was really smart. I love that. 1-1, and now Virtus Pro, they get a strong economy. They just have to survive this buy round, or rather the force round of Fnatic.
Fnatic leaving one player over towards long, and they're stacking for a quick rotation here, a quick flank as well. Through towards B, 2 people firmly in control of the connector area, although Virtus Pro will be aware that they have nobody present in that spot. They've taken over the B side completely. Now it's just about holding the choke points here for the Polish side, making sure that Fnatic cannot overwhelm them with their own force. JW still have got this scout. Crims heavily tagged with that CZ. Flusher rolling with the Deagle, but I'm not sure if he's going to find himself an angle. Down to 7 HP. Actually, Virtus Pro got a number of players heavily tagged here. Pasha's coming in, he's going bananas with the P90. Finding the second last frag of the round for the Polish side. Only Crims left, 15 HP. At this point, he might want to just try and save his armor, maybe sniper gun if he can. Although, Virtus Pro have all SMGs, so there's not much bounty for Fnatic to pick up here.
I can't remember the last time a team managed to win a force buy from Fnatic flawlessly, especially T on Overpass. Just going for that fast B split, just working out great for them, and Crims might be able to pick one frag up. Just gonna save his CZ, it looks like. So excellent round there from Virtus Pro.
Yeah, I'm curious to see if if Virtus Pro can keep some good T rounds going here, because again, like, they are a really good Overpass team, but it's more so their CT side that is what I like the most, is because they play the CT side so incredibly well. Now, as far as their T side goes, I'm quite curious what kind of strats they're gonna find. This could be a good. This is a pause here, so this is a good moment I can throw in the poker analogy, because this actually is how this map works to me. So you have A and you have B, right? And the dynamic on A is that you get to slowly push it, which means that essentially it's like in poker, you have a situation where you want to play, okay, I'm going to play the flop. I'm going to see what decisions they make with their betting. Okay, I want to see the turn. I want to see the river. And you get all these little moments to basically express your edges of skill over the opponent by slowly moving up A. So that's that aspect. But B is more like, I'm going to shove it in pre-flop with like a good execute. So I feel like I have a fairly strong hand here, and my position's maybe pretty good. So I have no idea what I'm going to be running into, but I'm just going to go in pre-flop and just go and shove it in. And so that's how I see the dynamic between A and between B, and why really good teams need to have strong rounds as a T side into A, and why the CTs have to also be able to play skill from like a trade game, like a skill game, coordination game. Everything. They have to be able to play against the T side and against the CTs very, very well on the entire A side of the map. Like it's such an interesting area to like get edges because there's so many little aim jewels and like little team play setups you can do that can decide the round. So that's the poker analogy there. I don't know if you like you play poker. So.
Yeah,
just didn't see impressed. I was like, oh, whatever. This guy just said some stuff.
No, it was interesting, and I think that again, Overpass is still, in terms of where Virtus Pro are technically on the map. I feel like it's still a map which is developing in terms of the teams getting used to it. Again, we're seeing some teams further advanced in kind of solving the map, if you will, whereas a lot of teams it's 12-3, 12-3, 12-3 every time we see a CT versus a T side.
Yeah, I completely agree, and it's interesting to see how most teams as T try to gain ground towards the A side to take control of long, they take control of toilets and just work from there. It's not that common though to see a team take control of all that area and the sewers area. And I think the main reason for why teams don't do that is just the lack of time. Because if you play a team like TSM, who actually play very passive right away, you could take sewers, you could take A long, you could take the toilets, and after you have like all those to work with as T, you actually have a good opening to win the round. You can see teams like Virtus, if they have sewers, they can like try to force the CTs to dance between the sides. So they like, okay, they're gonna smoke upper B, like maybe show the bomb, then run back towards connector, go back towards A, might fall back again, and just toy around until they feel like, okay, now we have an opening to the site. Because it's actually quite difficult to just, if you're just going for a straight A push, okay, we have A long, we have toilets, let's just go A and just throw it in A's, because you're usually gonna walk into 3 or 4 CTs there.
So guys, we're just waiting for the game to resume here. There is a microphone problem. Virtus Pro seem to have a few TeamSpeak problems as of late, but I think this is a microphone rather than the communication server itself. Just a few reminders. Number one, for the subs in the channel, we do have a new emote, which has gone live today. That is Faceit RIP, so you can try that when something disastrous happens.
What is it? What is the emote?
Yeah, you have to see, man. You've got to.
I can't see from here.
You gotta. I'll allow you this time to check on your phone. Log in.
I won't do that. Some professional.
Log in. Have a. Oh well, Dan. I respect that decision. Second thing is, we've got a lot of casts to do tonight, right? And I think we've got about 563k followers today. I reckon we can get to 575 in the next 10 hours, right? So. Again, we've got a nice overlay which maybe Reese can show you for 600k. So once we get to that, we're going to be attempting 2 Dragon Laws, regardless of what comes out, that will be given away to one of our subs, and a stat track AK-47 Aquamarine Revenge, which is definitely a mouthful. That's going to go to subs as well. Bayonet Blue Steel will be an open raffle, which will be everyone can enter, basically. We're inclusive here at Faceit. But for 575k, we are also going to be giving away a Bayonet Minimal Wear Crimson Web, which was owned by yours truly. It's actually in the inventory if Reese wants to show it. And also a field-tested HAL, which we're also going to give away to subs. And I think maybe we'll find a third item to give away for an open raffle. So hopefully, guys, make sure you follow the channel, and hopefully we can do that giveaway today at some point. That would be pretty cool.
Yeah, I mean, just going back into the Overpass game, there's like the concept I was talking about, the poker analogy as well. With Virtus Pro, like we were talking about in the previous match, that against Envious, skill-wise, individual skill, you kind of say Envious probably is a little bit better across the board, actually, like player for player, man for man. But when it comes to this situation and having Virtus Pro respecting that, okay, we're playing against Fnatic, which arguably has the best individual skill players in the game at the moment on a team together, then they should want to throw in a lot of B plays. Like a lot, you kind of want to get it in pre-flop against them in some spots to try to play those gambles a little bit in the right. If you can like time it in the right moments, because trying to play the skill battles against them consistently can be very difficult, I think. And we're going to see the Virtus Pro playing against the play the anti-eco now with the SMGs. So can they get another clean round?
See Olaf Meister there trying to get maybe a quick two taps to somebody's head. Also some information. Couldn't get back to toilets in time. They've lost one player, have the Polish side, and Taz, but they're still on the anti-eco buy here. Neo with the Mac 10, Bialy MP7, Snax just with the Tech 9.
Yeah, they're just gonna go for the plant here. Nothing Fnatic can do. Probably just gonna try to surround the site, get a few extra kills. Crim's getting snacks there, so this is actually a pretty decent eco from Fnatic.
Crim still had his armor from the previous round, but it's all gone now. The other players will be paper thin and taken down by that P90, which has been a massive problem in these recent rounds.
And
Pasha with 6 kills.
This is going to be really interesting to see what Virtus decides to do here on the first weapon round. Will they go for the fast B execute, or will they try to play more of a default style and just gain some ground towards A?
I was actually expecting Snax to come out with the AWP, which would explain why he was only rolling with a Tech 9, although I'm curious to see how they will actually use it.
They're aggressive though on party. Look at that, 3 players there just chilling.
Yeah, they do not want to allow Virtus Pro to execute here, but
The bomb's actually just staying like really far away from everybody else actually towards A long, and that's actually quite interesting. It feels like Pasha feels like he might get rushed or pushed, or that they will push A long or something.
But he's there with a P90, which will be a disadvantage for him, especially with the range. The angles he's holding, like, the range will be far superior for the M4s.
And everyone from Fnatic who were pushed towards party and like holding connected, they've all fallen back almost now, away from toilets, leaving just one guy there. So it's like from a timing perspective, they feel like it's more likely that this late into the round, Virtus Pro are setting up like an execute towards B or something, because they got loads of players towards there, and they don't have any vision towards A. This is kind of weird.
I think they were scared from long because they had no player peeking long, so staying in towards party actually meant they could be flanked from long and waiting, like not hearing a single terrorist for that long forces them back on the site.
Yeah, they haven't pushed through B, so they don't have much information, although they're having 2 players rotate towards bank, so they may be banking on it being an A, no pun intended. No pun intended, guys, don't look at me like that. So, the Fnatic side running out of nades now, but there are 20 seconds left for Virtus Pro to push here. They've still got a few nades themselves. Now that P90 is coming in to do work, Pasha just rolling, causing havoc with the P90. 3 players going to go down for Fnatic here, and they have little in the way of defense with those late nades coming in from Virtus Pro. A lot of Virtus Pro players heavily tagged, however, but Pronax, only one standing for the Fnatic side, will be forced to run away with his tail between his legs.
And this was an execute we saw from Navi to Star Ladder this weekend, where you go for the standard smoke, you smoke up bank, you smoke up the stairs, maybe even smoke Optimus. But the key thing they do is that they Molotov both bank and the stairs, like next to those positions, because a lot of players try to walk out the smokes and just go to the side, and just denying that play from the CTs means they cannot do anything. There's no position where the CTs can stand when you take the site, if you do it like that.
The cool thing here is that this was almost flawless, only losing the right at the end. But actually, like in the main round, they lost 0 players, because as you say, like there was nothing that Fnatic could do. And the funny thing is that they kept running backwards and forwards all over the map. But by the time the Virtus Pro were actually pushing A, they kind of got enough of an idea about what was going on, and they did actually have 3 or 4 players pretty much in the vicinity, like more or less on the site. But they were still able to just crush it. So again, another really strong round from Virtus Pro, where everything looked like everything went to plan basically. Nothing was random.
Fnatic going for the double scout play here, so the forces in. Taking a bit of a different angle here is Flusher, as normally you see the guys towards the wooden panel, but he will be able to jump over and abuse the current design of the scout, which allows him to take an angle which Virtus Pro may not be expecting. So Taz coming through, and he could just get shot in the back here if they're not careful. The place he's standing is normally safe, actually. It's quite high, so he shouldn't get shot from there, but Bali is susceptible to the scout play for the moment.
They're actually going to go for a contact play into the bomb site, and it's actually going to work here as Taz will get the entry onto Flusher. But there's an extra player by the water. Neo's essentially looking for this. He's going to spot him and get him in the side there. Pronax going to go down as well. So 4 versus 3 with the bomb planted very quickly here for Virtus Pro. This is a really nice round again from them as Fnatic look to be struggling. And Neo just looking for some extra frags here with his Mac 10. He's actually making so much damage with the Mac 10.
And
2
money.
frags and picked up the M4 as well. And JW is just running away. He's got a scout. This play from Virtus Pro looks really, really good so far.
Yeah, they just first the opening, just playing far back into. I think there were 2 people under the ladder, just watching. Okay, Fnatic is a team that's very aggressive. If they are down the connector, they're probably gonna push after, let's say, 10 or 20 seconds. Okay, no one came there. Let's take over sewers from the door and go do a B execute from there. And this is like very simple stuff, but still very effective.
5 of 6 rounds on the board here for Virtus Pro on the T side. They've broken Fnatic. And again, considering how these matches on Overpass have gone on average, this is pretty bad for Fnatic, although one would expect them to have a stronger than normal T side as well, but we'll have to see how that happens. Oh, Neo with the angles and the timing. Pronax just walks into it at a perfect timing to die.
Oh my god. Oh, we got a nice little flank here. Olafmeister will pick off Pasha, but Yeah, that wallbang spot through the balls, I think, well, I have to go back to this later, but Na'Vi are very popular, I find that very popular as well. Flush are going to just jump in there with a quick Eagle shot, finds a second kill as well, but it's actually kind of not that important here because Virtus.pro have actually gained a lot of money from some clean rounds, so I don't think they're going to worry too much. So Bjarni will take down Olofmeister in the end, and that's a 6-1 scoreline. Apart from just a bit of awesome individual skill, not much to say for Fnatic so far.
Yeah, just great play from Virtus, and wonder what they're going to do this round. If they're going to go for the 2 people down ladder, leaving Pasha with the bomb, as you pointed out, down towards party, and by the looks of it, it's just going to play it slow again. The bomb is actually going towards B.
It's really interesting how Snax is AWPing so much these days. We've seen it not just on Overpass as well. We saw it, I think, yesterday on Mirage, I want to say. I could be mistaken about that, but definitely changing things up here at Virtus.pro, and they are looking like one of the best teams in the world at the moment, especially on maps such as Overpass.
Yeah, so this is where it could turn around here for Fnatic. They've got JW on an AWP. Although this is interesting because this is the first time that Virtus.pro are actually going to make an effort towards a long challenge here. But Snax has the AWP. If he gets this kill, oh, and he will! What a snap there onto JW. That's ridiculous. And Virtus are going to be crushing all the edges of Fnatic. And now Pronix is going to go in for a play, and he will actually make it successful. So that is a small consolation there, but it's still going to be hard here for Fnatic.
4 versus 4. 45 seconds on the clock here. 3 people committed towards A here for Fnatic, and it seems to be the right play. Only Pronax over towards B. And they're going to come through this smoke. Bottom's going to be well positioned, but had the nade out instead. Still finds himself the first frag, traded by Byali. Now he's got to push through long and 2 through toilets here for the T side. Nice spray by Flusher, taking down 2 men. Leaving only Pasha once again. This time he will not do it for the team. And Fnatic will close the gap.
And I think the passive play of Virtus is just an answer to how Overpass is played as CT right now, because usually the CTs either go 2 people aggressive long or 2 people aggressive towards party, or playing their middle of short to go for the boost where you can look through the windows. And if you camp, let's say you're 2 people aggressive long, and it goes 30 seconds and you don't hear anyone, you have to fall back because you can get flanked from the toilet.
He's gonna we saw this at Kiev. The Molotov with the spray, and it actually worked. I think, was it Cease that was doing that all the time? I think it was. This is so interesting. Sorry to cut you off there. We do have the push coming in there towards the bomb site, and Byali going to make the entry. He's been so good at that today. All the nades here for Virtus.pro once again, and it's once again very, very, very strong indeed. They've got themselves onto the bomb site, and we'll have a situation whereby right now Fnatic have to go for the retake, and the bomb site still needs to be planted though.
Neo and Byali versus 4 here. This is good, not only for Fnatic's score, but also their economy. And Neo will fall. Only Byali remains. There's still over a minute, though, so he could still do considerable damage, even if he doesn't win the round here, if he can just keep the pressure on Fnatic's economy. And that will at least be a consolation, but they will survive with 4 players intact. And that is going to be a big bonus for them.
Yeah, and if you give Fnatic a bank, and they are CT on a map like Overpass, you could be looking to lose the remaining rounds of this half. So Virtus.pro will be able to buy, though. Wouldn't be surprised if they just go back to their default play here.
Alright, so again we've got the aggressive 3 Fnatic men going up A. One's popping into connector for a very fast peek. Crims, he's going to get shot straight in the face by Byali. No pop flashes, nothing. He wants the early angle. Maybe hoping that the T's would have a nade in their hand or something, but they had a gun, and he felt all the steel in the jaw. Snax is just going to strafe and shoot Fnatic straight in the face. JW, excuse me. And there's not much you can do about that when that happens. I don't know what to say. 2 men down very early on for Fnatic. And if we look at the way the score has gone, they've got 2 rounds in a row at least. So actually, have another quick look at their money. They'll be able to buy in the next round, but it won't be an ideal buy.
Olofmeister could make a difference here if he's able to take a kill towards the toilet. He's going to actually, they have no idea that he's there, so Olofmeister should be able to get a pick here as these players move into the bomb site. Pronax will find a kill into Pasha. So they've actually slowed down the push onto that A bomb site. So this is now doable for Olofmeister to just make all the difference and win the round. It's on Byali and Taz now, and they will take down Olofmeister as they move in from the A long area. And it's a 2-on-2 now as Pronax has to back away. 15 HP, so all of a sudden it's looking quite good again for Virtus.pro, but Flusher is lurking around bank. Byali needs to find him. It's all on this one-on-one, and he's going to find the frag. Byali and Taz both picking up the kills. 7-3.
That's crazy unlucky for Fnatic, considering that VP had a player standing on top of the box, Byali, and he still finds a frag, and he is beasting right now.
On the box.
16-4. 16-4, and again, hiding behind that smoke on the box was the edge they needed to take that round. They still had a molly and a flash in the bag, but in that kind of situation, you may not want to get a nade out. So, we're going to see another early push, this time from JW rather than Crims, but he can't get through the door in time. Not really sure which way to go, and he will fall to the flames. This time it's Virtus Pro, though, rather than Fnatic, who are going to be 2 men down. But they've taken down JW. The problem is, they don't have much map control at the moment. Fnatic still push up towards A. There's another frag for Snacks, so things will get even more difficult for the Polish side.
Yeah, hyper-aggressive play here from Fnatic every single round, just pushing, even though they have a man advantage. They know they can't beat Virtus Pro in the mid-round call, so they just have to go for the kill.
Yeah, there's not much for Taz to redo here. He's going to get taken out. So another round by Fnatic. It definitely seems like Virtus Pro, I mean, I don't know what's going on. Bialy is having way better of a day than I imagined that he could have. So that's really making the difference in some of these engagements. You know, Taz is only on 3 frags, so he's not been fragging all that much. But if Bialy's picking up all the kills, I guess it's no surprise. As Virtus Pro look to be making good plays, having good individual play backing it up as well. But Fnatic starting to really express their skill onto the map. They need more rounds here. They can't let Virtus Pro get any more, and they're going to go for an aggressive play into Suez. It might just be exactly what they needed, but the flash is perfect there for Virtus Pro. They get both kills into the B-bomb site. Pashas moves straight through Monster, looking for the frag now on the player by Water, and he's going to find it. Flusher goes down, and this is another disaster for Fnatic.
We're back to the Death Note manga then, where they're just all continuously trying to outsmart each other and making slight adjustments, but a slight adjustment can have a massive impact, as you see there from Virtus Pro. They're like, okay, Fnatic are trying to force their will on us, they're trying to stop us from executing, so we're going to force our will onto them instead, and charge them with flashbangs, get the fast frags, take the B-bomb site, and completely annihilate everything that they had intended.
Yeah, and Fnatic has to save here. Nothing else they can do. And just, as you said, James, Virtus Pro just answering Fnatic just great, because Fnatic were getting to this point where we're being outplayed. We have to just push and just abuse our individual skill and just go for the end kills. And a good way to answer that is actually just to go for the straight out push for people there towards sewers, because you're probably going to meet 1 or 2 CTs, and it's very hard for the CTs to trade effectively, even though they would have gotten 2 frags between each other. I think Virtus would have still won the round, and not getting a single frag basically means the round is over there.
Yeah, and that save will be very important for the team, as winning 1 round and then losing the next round was not good for your economy whatsoever. They're going to have the scout coming back out onto JW. Famas. AWP on the flusher though. They all have armor, but the nades are limited on the AWP and the scouts. Although they'll be concentrated on having out the big guns. Flusher going to get the first frag onto Neo. We'll see if he opts to rotate his position. Virtus Pro will know that the buy should be limited here for Fnatic, so they may try to move away from the AWP, or they may bank that the AWP will move away and then try and abuse that fact, because they're all going towards where Flusher just was, and Flusher has indeed moved away. So here comes the push onto almost an empty B bomb site.
Yeah, and Snacks is the first man in, and the Smokes are doing an excellent job here to allow a bomb to go down. And so many grenades, and look at the Molotovs coming in here from Virtus Pro. It's so well orchestrated at the moment. What a nice save after losing an early man, and they've got now the positioning behind the bomb plant as the Smokes are starting to go away, although they do need to move away from the bomb site itself. And we do have some really strong positions here. Fnatic going to go in. Virtus Pro just creeping in the smoke. Pasha picks up the frag to JW. Trace coming in, and it's just 3 players now for Fnatic. They are slowly getting thinned out, but the same can be said for Virtus Pro. The bomb is still taking away here, and Sax is missing the fire through the smoke, and again it happens to Taz as well. They're not quite sure where to shoot, and the defuse will come in. Lots of damage done though. I'm surprised that Flusher was walking there. Was that a timing thing?
He often opts B tunnels actually. So maybe they just thought it was stronger to have the AWP there rather than a scout, because he could just get rushed down, whereas the AWP might do a bit more damage.
Yeah, sometimes some teams do that when you really want an AWP at a certain position and you don't want to swap position because you're just comfortable with playing in a certain way. You just give the AWP to that guy playing that there. And it's a very easy thing to get.
Yeah, also if JW is holding down long, he has more time to spot players coming towards him, and obviously he can abuse the structures in long more than on B as well. So actually, at the end there, Bialy had 1 flash. And I was waiting to see if they had a way to use it to try and get an advantage, but never mind that. We're seeing Jules coming out towards the A site here. The bomb is down, but VP will have no trouble in picking it up. See that counter flash, just to stop them chasing down the CTs before they can recalibrate towards the A site itself. Peeking going on towards long, trying to find some info as Virtus Pro move towards B.
Wow, this is so fast. Look how they completely circumvented the defense here at Fnatic. They've decided that there was just a boom, an instant decision there, just to go for the B play. There's no messing around, and they are rewarded with a completely clean bomb site. This is really smart by Virtus. They have the advantage as well, so Fnatic need a really huge individual play, and a couple rounds left here as well, and they lose Pronax straight away.
I was going to say they had the man advantage to play for trades there, but I was curious how they would set up to play for trades, but also cover all the spots. But never mind that. Barley's just coming in with the pre-aim there. Finally gets taken down by Flusher, but this is another round for VP.
And Virtus just abusing the connector there to its fullest potential. The way you want to think about the connector is, when you push towards the A site, how many seconds was it since the opponents saw the bomb? Because that's how many seconds they would have had to rotate towards that A site. And they've had maybe 5 to 10 seconds to rotate. They're probably gonna already be on the A site. What do we do? Well, the best answer is usually just to run towards the B site, because even if Fnatic rotates back to the B site, they're not gonna do that with all the players. They're gonna do that with 1 or 2 players. So you basically have the option to go to A and play versus all the CTs, or go back to B and play versus max 1 or 2 CTs.
Yeah, and you can see that it worked out pretty damn well, and Virtus are going really fast into party with everybody they have at their disposal. JW is going to make the first kill, but they just have to try to get the distance close, but JW with 3 kills, that's going to completely annihilate the offense, and a very fast round there. Nice idea by Virtus, but Fnatic showing their individual skill is pretty tip-top.
I would love to see that half, but like 25 rounds rather than 15, just to see the constant one-upmanship and the way they just keep rotating their strategies to try and best each other was really entertaining. But it's come to an end, an unfortunate end, and we will go into Fnatic's T side, and we'll see if they can provide the same kind of damage output that Virtus Pro did. But first it's a pistol. If Fnatic win this, and they have a good opportunity to tie up the score. However, that will not tell the whole story, as the CTs should have the advantage here.
So many Kevlars on the map at the moment. Almost everybody has a Kevlar, actually, apart from Neo, who just
It's a
has the
Kevlar
kits.
party, Dan.
Yeah. So interesting opening for the pistol from both teams. Fnatic playing it slow, actually just taking some basic map control here.
Just creeping quietly around the side. I think it's Olafmeister up above Connect, so just keeping an eye on any flanks while Pronax opens up towards the B bomb site. Snack's going to take down Crims, and he will rotate his position to a more passive one so he can try and find some angles with some teammates. But Fnatic not going to be too committed just yet. Flusher's going to be in the kind of pit area down there, as the rest of his team rotate back towards A.
Yes. Oh, Snacks gets a long range shot on the Flush. He was just trying to delay, actually, and Flusher did a good job there, and Olafmeister will take 2 quick kills towards the A bomb site, where the real push is coming in. But 2-on-2 now, Snacks and Taz versus JW and Pronax. Big health advantage for Fnatic, though, with that bomb ticking away as well, so they're looking really strong to take this one, but in comes Snacks just thunder-fitting around, and he surely will be shot in the back any moment now, as Pronax is making extra doubly sure that he can get an easy engagement. He can get the frag there, that's dangerous. Snacks just needs the single bullet there. He's going to go for the hold in the defuse. In this.
Oh no!
Oh wow!
Bullets.
I thought he had it.
That was so awkward.
That's got to be the shortest fraction of a second where that could have really gone either way.
Oh my god, he ran out of bullets. You what, mate?
Yeah, Fnatic winning that pistol round, and they did what Virtus did, one of the weapons around there, where they just run back through connector towards the other site after they have showed the bomb, and just show how great play that is.
It's like such a simple thing as well, but it can be so effective.
What a crazy situation. Pash is holding down along with the Deeg and some Kevlar. That's like, if he manages to hold it down with Deagle, I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm going to eat a whole pack of Jacob's crackers and not have a pint of water afterwards. I'm just going to sit there with a dry throat, just to fully take in what he will have achieved there. Although we could just give him a round of applause or something, but you know, let's spice it up with crackers, Dan. Threat, line up the crackers.
Line up the crackers. Actually, gonna see a force buy from Virtus. CT overpass. It's doable to win the force by a CT, but I would actually prefer to see them go for a semi-eco where you just buy P250s, no Kevlar, because it's so good to have the smokes and Molotovs as CT on this map.
Not that Dig is coming into play, but in close quarters, Prenek's going to be taken down. Olaf to trade. Now, Fnatic starting to run a little shy on time here, because they're committing to the B bomb site, which has 3 players on it. Although the gap in the smoke will open things up here for JW, and he'll just find an angle onto Taz's head as well. So could have gone bad, but went very well in fact. Only Snacks remaining. He only has a 5-7, no armor to save. So we'll see if he can pick something up. Olaf is already in the lurk roll around the balloon area. It is possible to boost on top of those balloons actually, to give a slight look over towards long. But you don't really see it in competitive play.
That makes no sense whatsoever.
Boosting on a balloon.
Sitting on a... yeah.
Maybe it's full of ultra high pressure helium.
Yeah, maybe. Easy round there for Fnatic, and as me and Dan talked about earlier today, going for the force bay on the second round, as CT seems to become weaker and weaker.
That's all I have to. I just have to make weird noises now, because that's how I feel sometimes.
Oh, when people go for the force bay, as CT?
Yeah, it's starting to be, again, we're seeing teams be so much better at dealing with it, like so much better. We saw Fnatic kind of doing it, just very comfortable with that as well. They used nades well, they used trades well, and they made it so they didn't even do all that much damage, and it's very commonly seen now. And looks like a fast push in from Virtus. Actually, they love to do this, and so far it's not actually come out with too much in the way of results. And there you go, quick clean up there from Fnatic. But now we're going to see the impact of that force buy on their money. So
lack of nades.
Yeah, lack of nades, and they don't have an AWP. They may have wanted one, and if they lose this round and even do a lot of damage, they don't even have the option to do something nuts.
One of the critical things that has changed with the buff to the SMGs as well is that you've seen the situation, two versus pro players don't have a helmet. Olaf Meister has a Mac 10. That Mac 10 is now an AK versus those two players.
In a manner of speaking.
Yeah, you're actually...
It's even better than an AK versus those two players because you can just run at them.
And Virtus Pro has taken control of everything towards T-spawn here from A, so they should be able to rotate back and win this round now. And they have to stop the plan because they have no kits.
Oh yeah, that's also another issue with this as well. You have to make these horrible decisions. Do I want nades or a kit as well? And they didn't get a kit. Okay, so it's still actually, I mean, Virtus Pro are very good at this, not showing themselves at all. And wow, look at how forward this flank is real right now. Snacks is going to find a kill onto Flusher. Flusher's probably just thinking like, what the hell, how on earth did he get there? How did Pasha get there as well? We have Olaf Meister going down, getting flanked as well. So Fnatic in a really weird position now.
I don't know how we didn't spot that for the longest time, but Pasha will continue to abuse these players from the back. Only 2 players left now. They're still carrying the bomb, however. There's only 3 Virtus Pro players, but the big issue for Fnatic will be the flank that continues here. That continues to rage on with Snacks. He should see the player there. He's going to tap him down, and that's going to be that. He's going to finish him off. Now it's JW's turn to try and go for a flank of his own. He can defend the bomb from the area where Snacks was, but he's going to come out with his gun unprepared, and that'll be a free kill for Snacks.
Getting 2 kills and getting the bomb plant on the first weapon round is okay, even though you lose it. You can still apply some pressure on your opponent's economy. And yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what Fnatic will do here. They played that round extremely passively. I mean, usually you see Fnatic try to go for some early picks, but they waited 40 seconds and they didn't even try to gain any ground anywhere on the map.
It's actually really hard as well against Virtus Pro, because in spots like the B-bomb side, or generally speaking, when Virtus Pro realize, like, okay, do we have to peek? Well, if the answer is no, then they just won't. They just will never peek, and they're so so disciplined at that kind of play that you can't force a mistake out of them in that way. And that's something that Fnatic can really abuse against teams if they do go for premature peeks. Ooh, look at these! Oh my goodness!
Wow!
What a nade!
That's not even a 3-pointer. That's a 5-pointer right there. You get extra points for that one. The angles of Virtus Pro, again, they are so hungry when it comes to any new map, even when it's like designed really poorly, like the original Cobblestone. They will eat it up all day because, again, it gives them such a heavy advantage against other teams. Not necessarily Fnatic, though they're doing quite well against them, but just generally speaking, they will just devour all the new maps and have a significant lead for a very long time in them because of how much time they've put into them, and it shows with nades like that coming through.
And now we're going to be starting to see the difference between Fnatic's T side and Virtus Pro's T side. How well they're going to be able to find some edges against Virtus Pro, because we have our buy rounds now. This is where the real CS is being played now, as things are a little bit tied up thanks to the win of the pistol round from Fnatic on the second half. And they're moving towards the A site, and we've got 3 people here for Virtus Pro, so they look really prepared for this, but there's a nice pick from Crims on the entry, and things could get really awkward here for Virtus Pro if they let Fnatic move into the site and get those Molotovs down, which they don't have, never mind.
Okay, so we have a small gap in the smoke, which is going to be won by Olofmeister taking control of that. Taking down Pasha. Snacks coming in to take down Flusher. Trades coming in. Olofmeister going to be the culprit for that. 2 versus 1 now. So many fast frags coming in. The bomb is planted. Barley has no smoke. He has a kit, however. Now, question is he going to hold? Is he going to go for gold? Right, he's going to go for the fake here. Crims will hear him fire the bullet.
He should actually stay here. Yeah, this is
Wow.
one of the hardest 1v1s you can possibly get into, because you plant the bomb so close to that box, you can't look towards the toilets while you're defusing. So you have to look down, go for the fake defuse, and then look up, and as soon as the terrorist can see that you're not looking down, he knows you're not defusing. So you cannot do the, okay, I'm like holding the defuse, but I'm looking towards you, so you don't know if I'm defusing or not. It's just the worst 1v1 position you can get into.
Okay, so that's Versus Pro back on the eco as Fnatic tie up the score. We've got aggression from Versus Pro coming in here through B short. 1 player down, 2 players down. So far so good here for Fnatic.
Yeah, it's going to be a very, very nice clean round for Fnatic. So doing a really good job, actually. I actually am really curious to see how many rounds we'll see from them, where they just slowly edge their way up into like just an A push like they did in the previous one on the bias, because that works really, really well. And it's kind of the thing we were talking about with Envious on their games in Kiev, whereby they were giving up toilets and longs so easily that you allow the team to just execute into the site. And they also just have connector and sewers and all the options that go with it. So that was a weirdly passive round from Virtus Pro. They're very good at playing aggressive CT, but do you think that's like an adjustment here against Fnatic threat, or do you think that's something that we will only see like 1 or 2 times?
I actually think they will try to go for the aggressive play next round. We saw some aggressive play, but they, after they got that 1 kill, they just fall back immediately. Usually you can try to kind of like show yourself a bit aggressive, like, okay, you have to use your resources to gain control of long, to gain control of toilets. Because
these are cost.
Yeah, exactly, because if you back off immediately, the terrorists can just have all the time they want to just go close towards A, and they will have all the nades left for the execute.
Snacks finally goes down. If he had a kit there, then who knows? We almost saw an absurd 1v5 defuse on Inferno, where Moe CQ for the Oceanic teams, he was hiding in the smoke, but they came back just in time, and he didn't have a kit, unfortunately. But never mind. We can dream. Virtus Pro back on the buy, and it will be Pasha on the scout here. The rest of them going to have M4s. Again, just Taz on the on his signature M4A4. The rest of the team preferring the silence.
Wow.
2-man pressure coming in, but only Barley will be required to take down Olofmeister.
That was so cool. So many Virtus Pro players just swarming the sewers and connector area to get those early frags, and now they're going to back away again. So it's that situation we saw previously. Now, will Fnatic just walk into A, as they did before, and just get the picks, or how will they handle this?
Okay, that is a picture-perfect smoke from Crims. Although, maybe this boost is a straight counter for it. Let's have a Butcher's. Indeed it is, but he can't see anything just yet.
I think they're just going to fall back because they saw no one there. They're just going to think it's a B push now. I wouldn't be surprised if they actually rotate 1 extra guy to B.
So, Barley going to make himself a wall so he can concentrate on the toilets. Go for an aggressive peek without fear of being flanked. Although, he will not find the angle in time, and Crims will take him down. More nades coming in from long, but the push is mainly coming in from A short here.
Yeah, we've got Pronax moving in towards the bank area from long, and they're always going to spot the gunner Snacks, get the quick drop on him as Neo goes up the stairs for the frag, and they got played by Optimus as well. So the thing is that it's such an open plant right now, and the smokes are down, so Virtus Pro are going to need a lot of awesome play to actually make this work out for themselves, as Flusher is really close. Going to spot the first player. Neo gets spray on both players, and that's going to be that. 12-10, and Fnatic are springing back with a very strong T half. But you got to question that single man push down toilets, which gave a huge advantage to Fnatic.
Yeah, it's a high risk, high reward play, as if no one's there, he knows it's going to be a B push. But if they are there, they're probably going to wait for him with their guns up and just kill him, and make it so much harder for the rest of the CTs to defend that A site.
The smoke wall at the front of the site is kind of just slightly reminiscent of the smoke wall on B on Inferno, but the difference is that there are a lot of options without taking the site for the Ts to hold the bomb, compared to Inferno, where obviously you have the acute angles and it is much, much worse. So this should be formality. Got that nade coming over. Again, that's something, funny enough, that Devilwalk did a very long time ago. When this map first came out, he did a little video showing how to be in that short sewer area and throw nades and molotovs into the site to punish people being in the barrels, and then nade them where they're probably going to go into the other side of the sewers on the site.
So it kind of looks like Fnatic is set up to win this match now. They got such good economy, and for this pro, just keep being forced into a situation where it's like buy eco. So we're going to see if their double up can actually be an effective way to handle Fnatic. This is the first time we're going to see it. Oh, almost a double as well.
That was close. I think he just shaved the hair off an elbow there for the other player, but it's going to be a warning shot to the remainder of Fnatic. But how long until they realise how many AWPs there are, and if they can do anything about them? They may not even get the chance. Virtus Pro going nuts here, but they find themselves now in a 2 versus 3 situation. And again, this is the kind of situation where they may want to change one of these AWPs for an M4 if they have to go for a retake. But I'm going to get planted on the corner of the site. Neo taking pot shots through the smoke there, but he won't find the angle. So again, now we're in a situation where they go for a double AWP retake, which is never the most ideal thing. But Neo with an absurd jump to find the spot onto JW and then take him out. Pasha will use the smoke to cover the angle and force Flusher to...
Oh my god! You have to be joking. What a shot.
He just sent his head to the other side of the planet with that shot. No scope to boot.
That looks like so aesthetically pleasing. I'm pleased aesthetically.
Are you satisfied?
The biggest problem for Virtus is they lost 2 players. 4 players on Fnatic had over 10k this round. Virtus is so far behind in the economy. If they lose this round, I'm actually gonna call it, there's no way they're gonna win this map.
If they lose it, that's a wrap. I'm not the Ice Cube type. Gonna be a slow start to round 25 as the CTs maneuver around. Can see Snacks moving back there from the toilets area. Pasha gonna hold down along with an AWP now instead of a Deagle as we saw him previously. Nice little upgrade for him. No helmet onto Neo, but 4 AKs and an AWP will not matter. Still currently 3 CTs in a B-bomb site for Virtus Pro, so this is one round where they're not going to overextend. And again, they are one of the most prolific teams at changing up the gears here. Go from passive to aggressive. Like they have a multiple personality disorder there.
The problem is that they have to rotate one guy back to A, because they can't play 3 people on B the way they do right now. If Fnatic decides to just go for an A execute, they cannot defend with only 2 people.
Well, Virtus Pro have also moved back down long with a certain timing, which will give Fnatic the real estate to throw the smokes in that they did on previous rounds. However, their setup is entirely different on this occasion. Looks like Pronax will be the lurk man. Snax has found himself a blind spot here. And the shadow will allow him to punish there. Another frag coming in towards B bomb site, and Virtus Pro will know what's going on now. Rotation coming in towards B bomb site as only JW is left.
Yeah, he's got 4 players to kill, so and 10 seconds to plant the bomb. GG is basically that kind of situation. It's kind of checkmate at that point. So round will be won by Virtus Pro, so they're going to actually be able to keep themselves in this one and not go out straight away. So have to see if they can start stringing more rounds together with the double AWP setup working for them, as it has been. And I wonder how aggressive they're going to play this now, because I think that they can't let up the pressure at this point. I think that would be a mistake for them to go too passive with it. I mean, now Fnatic know what's coming as well. That's going to be the interesting thing. And there it is. There is the anticipation. JW takes the kill on the aggressive AWP opportunity of Virtus Pro, and this is scary now for Virtus Pro. What do? They've actually got to push. They're pushing everything. Oh my god, they're pushing absolutely everything and getting completely wrecked.
Maybe a consolation kill there for Pasha, instantly traded by Olof. So it's only Bali versus the rest of the team. We'll have a quick look at the money, and they'll be able to get something out now that they had that extra round where they survive with 4 players, but still going to be less than ideal. So Bali must try to survive now.
Yeah, and it's so hard to play here for Virtus, because they're used to playing that super aggressive style on A, and when we're playing versus Fnatic, they're just so good individually, so it's very, very hard to force the issue versus them. You cannot really go for the aim duels, aggressive on long and aggressive in connector, as we saw GW get the entry kill there. So Virtus Pro has to play a style which they're not comfortable with, playing very defensive, and it's going to be interesting to see how they approach the next round. We haven't really seen the super aggressive long style from them yet.
Shadow Not going to find the angle. Barley proving impossible to kill here. He's going to put himself between the last man and the bomb. And he found himself another smoke as well. So, oh. Could have almost got himself another frag there. But he's made a fair amount of money.
He's got 29 kills. It's kind of ridiculous how well Barley's been playing in the last couple maps. It's actually ridiculous how many frags he's been making. It's awesome. Ooh.
So it's crunch time for Virtus Pro here. They cannot afford to lose any more rounds. Look at that money. Or lack of it.
Oh, is someone going to go and challenge Pasha's scout? Ooh, might be the case. Pronax is there. How long will Pronax keep his head attached to his shoulders? Not sure what Pasha's doing there, but he's going to find the shot.
Imagine if you saw down Overwatch. He's tagged both of them as well.
Oh my god, there it is. He takes down Crims. Has the tag on Pronax, and JW's been tagged as well.
3 out of 3. I can only imagine he was either just pulling his mouse cord because it was tight somewhere, or there was something on his mouth pad for Alex. He was just like making U shapes and then just casually shooting people between rocks at the same time. It's quite funny. Anyway, that's actually a really big advantage for Virtus Pro because he's taken down one, he's tagged the other one. JW's tagged as well.
It's much harder to make those scout shots from that position than you think as well. Like at that range, it's actually kind of difficult to connect those, but Pasha makes it happen. And they got 3 players towards A as well, and with 5 men, they just want to play it passively, and it could be a good call here actually.
And Neo with that Molotov is very, very crucial. And look at Bayal, he's behind them as well, so this should be an easy round for Virtus.
24 seconds left on the clock, and Barley needs to move up so he can make an impact on this while the other Fnatic players come in. The nade is going to take down Snacks, and again Barley starting to move fast now, but they're looking for the flank. They're going to find the flank. Olaf taking down Barley. 3 versus 3 now. Bomb just about getting planted. I guess there's an invisible smoke that you can't see there in front of the bomb, which is why there was no engagement. 3 versus 2 now. Fnatic heavily tagged, but man advantage. They're going to find another advantage with the end of Pasha's scout, which will give his position away. So now it's Taz versus 3. And he needs to go and find a kit and find 3 kills. It's all falling apart here for Virtus Pro.
And this is typical Fnatic. You see them in this extremely disadvantaged position with low HP, no nades to work with. You see a lot of nades on Virtus Pro. They have a flank, they know they're coming A, and somehow Fnatic just manages to get all the kills they need to win that round.
Yeah, it's kind of like, you kind of summed up pretty well. There's like that should be like won like 95% of the time for Virtus Pro. Like they had every advantage, man advantage, health advantage, the flank advantage, all the information. It's kind of nuts. But yeah, we've got 15-12 match point now for Fnatic. And we'll have to see if they can just clutch it in this one and just close it straight away. Because, well, looks like that's exactly what's going to happen now. It's going to be just Taz who's left over. He's going to die. 16-12. Final score there. Fnatic will win the match against Virtus Pro. Really well done from them, to be honest. I mean, this is the thing with Fnatic. Like, I mean, Virtus Pro played really well, but Fnatic are just able to just win the rounds. They just find a way, these guys. They find a way.
Yeah, they're just by far the best team in the world in playing clutch situations.
Yeah,
and abusing all the edges you can gain from the map. Like when they get the bomb down on A, you can just stand there at the headshot position where you can just duck and stand up. We saw Flusha getting 3 kills, I think, from that position one round, and just like gaining all the small edges you can in all those clutches, and also they absolutely destroy the economy of Virtus Pro on the second side. Virtus Pro have a start where you lose the pistol round. Then you win the first weapon round with 1 guy surviving, and then you lose the round after, and all of a sudden we're down 5-1 in this half, and we have barely started to play the half.
Yeah, very strong. It's very